why he's the type of running back prospect we've been. Happened to the green wave on the other end. Here an option, this one going to be a pitch to the outside. Got a block and going to step into the end zone right around the corner. Nice blocking there by the wide receiver, setting that edge and giving some room for number 30, Andre Jenkins, the sophomore, to make his way into the end zone untouched. And also credit to Elijah Gray on that pitch, well timed on the driving once again, looking to get their first win of the season and break that 9-game win streak for Holy Name dating back to 2013. But right now, Holy Name, they need to get a stop here. I know it's early in this game, but things are trending the way of Normandy. And a lot of it's because of Elijah Gray, the quarterback, trying to make a man miss an open field. He does. Past the 15-yard line, slips past the tackler, cuts inside, and he's going to barrel his way into the end zone. I'll tell you what's more slippery than that football tonight, and that is the quarterback, Elijah Gray. Nobody can bring that man down.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is one of the most exciting runners of a quarterback that I've seen.
And a reminder that this trip to the Red Zone has been brought to you by Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Visit kelly-mac.com to learn more.
Some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Brock Sandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Brock Sandich, and Brock Sandich said, nope, give me that. I'm holding on to this. And reaches that arm towards the plane, broke it, and that's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here, Cole. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight, and Brock Sandich gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players, their smart players on the field, they have a chance to win the game. They need to be a little bit more. The adrenaline stops you. They need to get back up to that pace here.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Davis bouncing it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and just like that. 4 plays, 4 runs, all carries for Marquise Davis, a guy who ran for 333 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. Did not have a big first half. It was quiet, and he shows up on the first drive right when the Tigers need him, 10-6.
You know, he gets that edge. There's no one that can catch him. There needs to be someone right in front of him if they want any hopes of stopping Marquise Davis. He has that.
If you're Cleveland Heights, you can use Brunswick's game against them. Still 8 minutes to go, but continue to run the ball, run the clock, and you have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs before making it into the end zone.
Davis slipping through a couple tacklers, keeps the legs churning, Nobody could bring him down. Was touched back around the 8-yard line and just kept dragging defenders. And that's why he's the type of running back prospect we've been. Happened to the green wave on the other end. Here an option. This one going to be a pitch to the outside. Got a block and going to step in.
And a freshman, number 22, Janiyah Farr. And their coach, Anthony Wilson.
We are live right here in Medina, home of the Battling Bees, as they take on a GCC foe in the Euclid Panthers. It's girls basketball matchup. I'm Dominic Clary, and I'm joined alongside me, Marshawn Powers on color, and also color behind the camera in his typical role, Brandon Marvel. Marshawn, how are you doing today, my friend? Welcome to the broadcast for your first visit.
I appreciate it, man. I'm here, man. Obviously looking forward to seeing some good basketball between Euclid and the Lady Fighting Bees, man.
So, Marvel, how are you today, my friend? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Medina playing their brand of basketball tonight. Coach Karen Case, an absolutely legendary coach here at Medina. Best in program history, caught her 200th victory back in December. So looking to see them kind of control this game with their typical style of play.
And we'll let you guys enjoy the lineups here.
Assistant coaches Angela Pilosino, Aaron Mojak, Barton Davis, Brittany Severa, Matt Kajustin, head coach in her 13th season, 1995 graduate of Medina High School, Karen Case.
Here we go. It's an early start here today. No JV matchup. Is Medina, they'll start off with the ball first. And a quick cut. Swinging it around after the fumble pass. 3 from deep. They'll clink off the rim. Good rebound there by the Bees. Battling on the boards. Now to the corner. Back to Shook. She's the player we're looking for here today. The star for Medina. She stepped up big last year, and today she's been the main player. Another 3. Can there be another offensive rebound? Yes. Euclid struggling right now on the boards on defense. That's 2 rebounds in the game total, both for Medina, and 1 strong finish there by number 22, Molly Gilbert, the junior, stepping up big.
The Lady Bees just using their size early. I mean, it's a clear size advantage between Medina and Euclid. And you see it with the 2 second offensive chances that they've given so far this early. I think if Euclid can't figure out how to, get rebounds early, it's going to be a long night.
How key is it to get those offensive rebounds early in a game like this, Marshawn?
I think it's very key. It sets the tone for a team to just, extend their dominance. Obviously a bad turnover right there, but when you get second chance opportunities, it lets the team know that, hey, we're coming to play. We're gonna get our rebounds plus yours.
Plus it's a physicality thing as well.
Exactly.
You get in your head when you can't get those offensive boards. or defensive boards, pardon me.
One thing coaches hate is if you can't box out.
So a 1-2-2 press, zone press. Euclid breaks it, pass to the corner. Nice fake, not able to finish. Shook to the rim, and she'll finish as she typically does.
Good basketball, Shook, just kind of did her own thing, saw that, they weren't getting back on defense fast enough and just took, got the easy bucket.
Shook almost again with the steal. Robinson, the sophomore. This is a young team trying to direct traffic. Picks up the dribble. Didn't have much help on movement there. Medina back with the ball. Deep three, offensive rebound once again. This Medina team is dominating early on the boards. Another three, long, another rebound. No, that will go out of bounds. And there's not even a lot of Panthers that are even in position to get the rebound.
Absolutely. That right there is what we call just a miscommunication. Two players, four hands, nobody saying I got it, and, it just went out of bounds. But that was, hey, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Dangerous cross-court pass, but still gets it. Pass to the other block. And fumbled away. Euclid struggling to get anything going on either side. Joey Washington, another sophomore.
I got to give it up to Coach K's right now. I'm seeing a lot of different defenses. 1-2-2 press. A boxing 1-3-1. You're seeing 3-2 traps, and I'm seeing a lot of different things that she's just doing, and obviously it's working. They're up 4-0.
See, I put 5-0 there. I'm obviously not paying attention to the score. Good thing you are, because I am not. Marvel, what are your takeaways so far early in this one with 5:53 left to play in the first period?
Opportunities to score, you're going to score more points.
As we see, I'm liking this basketball that they're playing, like you're saying, Marvel. Somebody steals, somebody getting ahead. We're just looking about getting a bucket. Don't matter who's ahead. Good bucket right there by Euclid. They're kind of, just moving the ball around and, finding an open man.
I will say the one thing, though, so far, defensively for Euclid, they've caused 3 turnovers already for Medina. So getting those turnovers early on the defensive end can hopefully spark a little bit of something, get the energy going, box out a little better, communicate better on the defensive side, so that way you can get some more defensive rebounds and cut down the second chance opportunities.
Score 6-2. Sorry, had to adjust some stuff. Said we disconnected. But we are still live, so that's good here. Thanks for kind of taking control, guys. Didn't communicate that well on my part.
A little bit high pass from the Panthers. I think that was trying to get to Hamilton right there. A little bit high pass for the turnover, going right back to the Bees.
It's kind of a weird start time. People still kind of finding their seats right now. It's almost like eerily quiet as Medina moving the ball around. Good breaking pass. Good finish to the basket. Number 22, Molly Gilbert does it again.
Vivian found Gilbert wide open. She was wide open on the left side. Easy streaking layup, textbook basketball.
Another three, and there are no Panthers nearby. Easy finish. Once again, this time it was Abby Dress. We saw her last year when we did our game here against Strongsville. Another steal by Medina. This press is working well. And is that the first defensive rebound for Euclid?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, it's better late than never right now here for the Lady Panthers. Swinging the ball around. Oh, just a dangerous pass there. And a nice, easy lay-in. Vivian Kelps.
She's been having a good first quarter, finding an open man. Got 2 steals. Got an assist. Kelps has definitely been on notice here in this first quarter.
This is a Medina team that really has been one of the top teams in the GCC. 2 years ago, we saw them beat Strongsville. Last year, they tried sucking with them. But that Strongsville team last year was a superpower in the GCC. Right now, it's Menor. Medina's trying to find its pace as we get closer to playoff time. Long three, but a rebound once again.
One thing I noticed about
And
Medina,
a nice pass inside. Sorry to interrupt you real quick. Long three again, in and out. Can they get the rebound? And it will stay this way. What were you saying?
One thing I noticed about Medina, just doing my pregame, They're 10-9, right? But they'll go on a streak, lose a couple games. Go on a streak, lose a couple games. I think right now I think they can end their season probably very strong, 4 or 5 game winning streak, which is much needed going into tournament time. You know, and a game like this shows.
Yeah, you know, getting on that right side of the bracket is very crucial. 3:29 here to play in the first quarter, and it's been a devastating one so far for the Lady Panthers. But, you know, once we get to tournament time, and I know, Marvel, we've talked about it a lot. You know, we're excited, looking forward to it. And, hey, maybe we're doing a playoff game. Maybe we're not. Maybe we'll announce that soon and where we're going to be. But, Marvel, what are some of the things that you look forward in each team that we watch when it gets closer to tournament time?
You know, the things that make the tournament special is that you really get to see some teams that were maybe record-wise not what you expected, but they played a powerhouse of a schedule, so they don't get the computer ratings, you know, will help in determining that. But at the same time, defensively is the little things that matter. And what I'm noticing right now with Euclid that they're kind of lacking right now, they're doing a lot of ball watching. They're playing man defense, and if their man doesn't have the ball, they're just looking at what's happening to the ball. They're not looking to see if their man's doing any V-cuts or backdoors or anything like that. So just the little things on the defensive side of the ball are huge to be a good tournament team, and the boxing out, defensive rebounding, limiting second chance points. Again, something Euclid's struggling with here tonight, but hopefully that gets better for them tonight going forward.
I mean, this is a Medina team that's played a lot of basketball the past few years, where they are constantly in the tournament, constantly competing to be one of the top teams. Strongsville's been in their way. So right now a 3-2 zone, long 3 air ball. I don't think Euclid has touched. No, they have scored once. Pardon me. That's when I was trying to fix stuff there. Pass to the left. Strong finish to the basket. No, not able. Not able to finish there. Medina swinging it around. They're doing well with that. Moving the Panthers around at will. Back to the short corner. Nice pump fake. Tried to pass to the wing. Got deflected. 3. And they are just not hitting those threes, but they are open big time.
I was just sitting here thinking in my head, if there's one complaint I could say about Medina so far in this first quarter, they're just not hitting threes. But when you're up 14-2, 6 minutes into a game, I mean, come on now? Is that really a complaint?
No, I mean, it can't be. Their defense has been good. They're playing smart basketball. This Euclid team trying to just get their offense going, getting some momentum. We haven't seen much of an offense, and that was the best that we saw so far.
That was actually a good play. Hands were ready. Got the ball right to her where she needed it, and, you know, made an easy layup. Good play by 23.
Yeah, Delilah Simmons with the finish. Her first bucket of the day. And speaking of buckets, Medina once again, they will regain that lead that they lost. Oh, they didn't lose, but they lost some ground for the moment. 16-14, 136 left. Cross-court pass. Whoa, they love those cross-court passes.
They love
they
those
are
dangerous.
Passes. Deep 3 contested, not able to get the rebound as the Panthers. Well, it could have been a foul there. I thought it was a foul. Oh, and there, down goes a player. It could have been a travel. There's just a lot happening right now in this very short possession for Medina. Contested 3. Now we'll stay on this end.
And the thing about those cross-court passes, we saw it was a little bit of a lollipop pass right there, right? Anytime you do a cross-court pass, you want to put a little extra mustard on it, make sure it gets there. But the time to do it is against a 2-3 zone like that, because the zone, when the ball's on the other side of your zone where you're at, it pulls you in closer to the paint.
Absolutely.
So it allows the opportunity for those cross-court passes. But again, like I said, the lob kind of pass allowed the defender to get there right away, so it didn't give him much of an opportunity for Euclid to do anything.
You know, it is hard with those cross-court passes in that 3-2 zone. Long 3. Makes it this time. The sub comes in right away, makes the 3. Bree Kudley. Hope I pronounced that right. We'll listen to the PA announcer next time. They always get the names right. This 3-2 zone challenging Euclid into the corner. A nice steal there by Medina. They're off to the races. Into the corner. Into the post. Tried a physical back down, but there's no one there. Oh, almost again. For the senior. Almost went in and made another 3. What is they called? Traveling there? So I was looking at the roster sheet.
Traveling violation. Ball back to the Bees.
Into the corner. Back to the post. Nice hook shot, but can't finish. That was a good move. Euclid in transition into the corner, smart pass. Not able to hold them in, though. Some frustration there on the Panthers side. Understandably so. They've done some things right, but with 12 seconds left, scored 19-4. Get that fixed. To the corner, 3. Off the rim. Can they get one back up? And that will be the end of the first quarter. So after one, the score is 19-14. The Battling Bees are beating the Lady Panthers so far in this one. We'll be right back. Run some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Roxandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Roxandich, and Roxandich said, nope, give me that. I'm holding on to this, and reaches that arm towards the plane, broke it, and that's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here. Cool. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight. And Roxandich gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players, their smart players on the field, they have a chance to win the game. They need to be a little bit more. The adrenaline stops you. They need to get back up to that pace here.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Davis bouncing it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and just like that, 4 plays, 4 runs, all carries for Marquise Davis, a guy who ran for 3.
We are back here for the second quarter as Euclid, they have struggled in this one so far. We're going to do some sponsor reads here in a little bit when we have a second. We have some new people joining us today, so I want to make sure to shout them out, as we appreciate them joining the team and being a part of the great things that we're able to do here at Keon Sports. Euclid trying to get this offense going into the short corner. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot, but it was near the rim, so we'll chalk it up to a shot. Pass to the block. Good pass there by Shook. I'll tell you what, Shook is clearly the best player on the floor for both teams right now. Good shot there by Medina. Number 23, Olivia Miller.
Olivia Miller.
Sophomore.
Wide open, mid-range, one of my favorite shots to see a basketball player take. Short shot.
I was talking to someone a couple weeks ago after a Lutheran West girls basketball game. I do PA announcing for them as well, but talked about the mid-range game. The mid-range game is something that's going away. I don't see it. You don't see it as much in these kinds of games in girls high school basketball or even guys high school basketball. If you could attack that mid-range game, that could open up so much more, because instead of driving all the way or committing to a 3, you could take one dribble in, take a hard step, and put up a mid-range jumper as there's a nice drive and finish by Euclid.
Yeah, Delilah Simmons took justice in her own hands and got an easy, tough layup. But back to what you were saying, man, like, I just think that, you know, man, I just had a brain fart trying to think.
No, it's all good. It's the first time you've been in this spot here in a hot minute, and with us as well. We appreciate you on the short notice of doing this. And I told you there's going to be moments where the thought's going to slip your mind. Nice mid-range shot, can't fall in. Offensive rebound there by the Bees. Oh, a nice steal for Euclid. Maybe their first of the game. Can they get in transition? And 2 players could have caught that, just weren't prepared for that pass.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating to the coach to see 2 players jogging down the court, both looking down and not looking at the ball, you know, to be prepared for a pass coming your way.
You know, I'm sure there is frustration. You know, the men's team for Euclid having a decent year record-wise. Having a good year. Right now they're playing the men's team, or I believe they'll be playing at 7. So there's that game to follow the score in that as well. But this girls team still trying to find their pace, figure out the culture at Euclid, get the youth development going. You know, it can be a hard thing for girls basketball. Mid-range shot, long rebound up. Another rebound, back again. Number 4, Emily Fisher.
The story of this first half, you know, has just been how, you know, Euclid is allowing the Medina to get a plethora of second chance opportunities, and they're just feasting on it. It's either turnovers off traps or second chance opportunities, which is why Medina is up 23-6, 17-point lead right now.
Long three, not able to fall. Good steal there by Euclid. They are figuring some things out in defense, but the transition game they are not able to figure out, and that's been plaguing them. One of many things they've struggled with, Marshawn.
Absolutely. I think if Euclid wanted to get back to this game, keep in mind, guys, it's early. Still a lot of time left. We're not at the point to where this game could get out of hands. But what I was saying was, if Euclid just slowed it down a little bit and not try to get too out of control and make unnecessary passes like that, you could potentially, make a run.
Is that three there by Fisher?
What
Shook
a great
back
three
to the
by
line.
her, too. What a
It was
great
a very good three.
Great
Very good three. Yeah, it took your breath away. You stopped talking there for a minute. I think you got you like that pass so much.
Yeah, the pass to Carter in the corner to get the three, that's just it just kept me at awe, especially when threes aren't hitting today. But
Shook hits the first.
going back to what you were saying earlier, I wanted to jump on that when you said, what are you looking for in a team in the playoffs?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think one thing that, and Brandon could back me up on this, that gets teams further is free throw shooting. If you're struggling with shooting free throws, that's what makes or break a team in late game situation in the playoffs. But you're one of those top, averaging 70%, 75%, your team's going to go far.
Nice finish. That's number 11, Joey Washington. She's had a few here tonight.
Everybody gets caught with that good old rule. Your body has to be over the line before you can establish control where it is backcourt.
All right, timeout called, I believe here by Medina. So let's talk about some of our sponsors. Cleveland Burial and Cremation Company. Pre-planning your funeral should be a natural part of your life because it provides you with time to make end-of-life decisions. At Cleveland Burial and Cremation Company, they are honored to serve their community during this difficult time and are committed to providing the highest level of care and support to every family that they serve. Adventure Girl Photography, LLC. Ohio Sport Photography, Sports Media Days. Seniors in unique kids sessions are just a few of many photo services Stacy Wilson's offers. Have a club team or a school winter sport? Now is the time to book your media day. Now for a spring sport even as well. Don't wait. Contact her today to reserve your spot with the talented Stacy Wilson of Adventure Girl Photography, LLC. Check out her work online and contact her at Adventure Girl Photography 1021@gmail.com to book your session here today. As we are back to action here, Euclid with the ball. Into the short corner, pull up three, deflected. Nice deflection there by number 12, Kindler Miller. To the basket, nice finish.
Molly Gilbert is having an amazing first half. She's killing it.
And it is just a natural for Abby Shook. She does it again.
There's this saying, man, it's called EGE. Everybody eats, right? Everybody got to eat. It's a saying that the Chiefs, went through when they won the Super Bowl, and I just felt like that's what's going on here in Medina. You got multiple ladies who scoring, multiple ladies with steals, multiple ladies touching the ball. I mean, it's good basketball going on right now.
Shook to the top of the key. Another pass to the top of the key. Shook looking to swing it. This zone is moving well right now. Penetration dribble. Nice. Pull up. Jump shot there by Miller.
That's what I was talking about before, how that mid-range
Or by
game,
Gilbert, pardon me.
Mid-range game is key. You're right.
Instead of having to fully commit to the drive, we're in that zone. And there's another backcourt, like you said, you have to establish yourself. This half-court side before you touch the ball. Otherwise, it is a backcourt. But right there, Molly Gilbert, she was able to sit in the soft spot of that zone, pull up for a jumper, and knock it down. That could be such a big thing for a team's success on offense.
It also helps if you're moving the ball faster than the zone is moving as well, if you're not holding on to it.
Swinging pass. Shook is only shooting when she's close to the basket. She's making sure her teammates touch the ball. Long three off the basket. And try to put back there by Shook. Good save there, number 23 with the save. Olivia Miller, long three again. Oh, swishes around, cannot make it. Euclid now in transition, trying to get some momentum. They're down 33-8 as I have not fixed the score for a second. Oh, that could have been a nice little three there for Euclid. Cut the lead just a tad. Nothing going there. Shook, long three for Shook. Oh, she sinks it.
She said,
Abby Shook
"You know
is
what,
so good."
I'm not gonna just keep my paint touches going. I'm gonna take one from deep behind the 3-point line. I'm gonna knock it down.
She shot that one from the parking lot, fellas.
You know, I had a basketball coach. Name was Marcus Anderson. He was my favorite, man. He used to. I remember during tryouts, we were doing a shooting drill. It was supposed to be like mid-range shots. Only a few kids were allowed to shoot threes. This kid that wasn't going to make the team shooting from like half court, right, the logo. And he says, "Lucas, why are you shooting from grandma's porch?" And I'll just, that's what I think of when someone shoots it that far away. Nice little finish. I'll tell you what, Joey Washington, the sophomore, she showed flashes.
Yeah,
I like her a lot.
She's getting downhill. She's not afraid of what the Bees are throwing at her, you know, and she got 6 of their 10 points. She's showing up so far for the Panthers.
You know, she has 6 of their 10 points. I mean, 2 players have all 10 of their points.
I covered a game the other day.
Nice finish there by
I'm not
Medina.
going to say
Go
the
ahead.
team because we're on the stream. I'm not going to say the team, but it was 64-6. That was the final score, and one person scored all 6 points for the team.
Was this girls basketball?
Girls basketball.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate reality with girls basketball is that, you know, with men basketball, a lot of the game, especially now, depends on athletic ability.
Yes.
So you can have a team that cannot shoot the ball, but they're really athletic.
Yes.
And they can stick with you, play defense well, move in
Yes.
transition, effort plays, right? You can see that, especially in high school basketball. But in girls basketball, it's less on athletic ability and more on the X's and O's. How smart are you as a basketball player? Nice three there by Medina. Once again, number 5, Vivian Kelps. But it relies more on the X's and O's. My dad coaches for a really small team in PA. And I'll tell you what, there are teams where they're just a better basketball team. But most of those girls have a lot of the same athletic ability. It's not like the men where they're jumping through the gym. This game's a lot more grounded and can be a lot really entertaining because it's so grounded. Missed shot there by the Bees. 41-10. We'll update that score here in a minute. Could have been a foul on either player
Looked like she
there. A
got
little
hit in the
poke in the
face.
eye, but
Yeah.
a Medina player fell over. I don't know if there's been too many times someone's got poked in the eye and the player that poked the eye is the one falling down. Medina misses the shot, tries again, foul not called. They're just not going to call much here right now due to the lead.
One thing that I wish the Euclid switched over was, obviously we know you're not trying to do anything in the paint. We know most of your shots are either going to come downhill when you're trying to drive or on the outside 3, right? So stop trying to attack the paint when they know you're not trying to do anything in the paint, right?
So I'm going to actually apologize. I forgot that we had the team names completely wrong. It is not Holy Name in Padua. It is Medina and it is Euclid. So pardon me for anyone that noticed that. I just noticed it now as another basket, and that was Emma Carlson.
Emma Carlson hit a 3. Brandon was right in the second quarter. He said, "Hey man, once shots start falling, we're gonna see this game get blown away a little bit, and we're starting to see, as you know, Coach Cass emptied the bench. That second unit started to come in, give them some spark, bled over to the starters. Shots is dropping, man, and this game is starting to get out of hand. But like I always say, man, I never disrespect the opposite team. You know, you could go in, make adjustments, come back out in the second half, and change things around. It's a possibility for them until they get to the fourth quarter and things start to get really, really scary.
Long three with under 10 seconds left. Euclid, chance to get one more shot up. 3 seconds, 2, not aware of the time. And not on time that is the end of the first half. That is a 30-minute first half, guys. Short one here in Medina. We'll talk about some of the sponsors here real quick. Speedy's Grub Shack. They aren't fast food. They aren't fast food. They are fresh food. Everything is made in-house, fresh to order. gyro, hand-battered fried chicken. That sounds really good, actually. Athletic grilled sandwiches, and much, much more. Come get your fix at the Grub Shack with locations all over Cleveland. Parma, Bedford Heights, in Middleburg Heights. Find full information on Facebook. Teriyaki Madness. Now that sounds... oh, yeah, no. Your mic's off, but Marvel looked at me smiling like a butcher's dog when I just mentioned that. You been there? You been there? I turned the wrong mic on. You been there?
Teriyaki Madness is some very good food. Waited a little bit, but the wait is completely worth it. Trust me, it's very good.
All right, thanks, Marvel, for that live endorsement there. Hungry for tasty lunch that is unique, delicious, and affordable? Check out Teriyaki Madness in Stowe and Strongsville. You will walk away happy and fulfilled. They service numerous bowls along with plenty of sides, such as rice and veggies, in excellent prices. There's truly something for everyone in the family. Swing by today to find out yourself. Marvel, what'd you get?
I think I went pretty basic. It was the first time I went there. It was the one in Strongsville. I got a teriyaki bowl with some rice and drizzled a couple of extra toppings and sauces on there, but it was very good. And like you said in the read, it is very affordable. It's very cheap. It beats a lot of other the prices out there, especially with the quality of food. It's definitely worth it. Go try it out.
I'm going to give you another check here from Teriyaki Madness. Thanks, Marvel. Gizmo Photography. Looking for contemporary portrait for seniors, families, teens, tweens? Check out Gizmo Photography. Their goal is to capture those elusive, unfiltered moments. The result is images that made an impression. Contact them at 330-322-9722. That is 330-322-9722 or gizmophotography.net at gmail.com to discuss your photography needs. Robert Gates Legacy Foundation. This foundation is to raise money to provide relief to transplant recipients. Their costs for rejection medications are thousands of dollars per month, and they are needed to keep them alive. Also to provide scholarships in Rob's name. And is also to provide financial relief to living donors as they have to take time off of work for testing workups, surgeries, etc. All to save someone's life by giving the gift of life. So make sure to donate to that Legacy Foundation so you helping saving lives is affordable. Chatty's Pizzeria in the heart of Bay Village at 28611 Lake Road. Had their food, by the way. It's phenomenal. This incredible pizzeria offers a full menu of food and drinks. They have everything from casual dining experiences to romantic setting of a long-awaited date night. Their food is made on the spot with fresh ingredients and classy recipes. Wow. That the entire family will enjoy, from a cozy spot in the igloo to the party room. Everyone will be taken care of. Call 440-471-4485. That's 440-471-4485. Or email info@Chatty's Pizzeria for reservations for the upcoming prime rib night. And one of our favorite sponsors, Mickey's. The Moose is loose at Mickey's and all over Northeast Ohio for that matter. Your local Mickey's Mart is open now. Now, not called Mickey's Mart anymore, just called Mickey's. For the food and fuel you need to keep your family moving. Be sure to use Mickey Mart Rewards Card to quickly rack up amazing member-only deals, including free food and beverages. Mickey's is a proud supporter of our local school systems through our Fuel Sports program, and excited to team up with Keon Sports to bring you all the finest moments in local sports, information, and entertainment. Search for Mickey's or visit www.mickeythemoose.com. That's mickeythemoose.com to find a location near you. And last one here is, before we show some highlights, Climate Tech Inc. At Climate Tech Inc., they provide top quality heating and air conditioning and ventilation services. And I know a lot of you right now need help with your heating. I needed help with my heating, but I live in an apartment, so I just left a little note, and the maintenance guy came by and fixed it. But for those that own homes, you don't have a maintenance guy that comes by just writing a note in the lobby. So Climate Tech Inc. is the place for you to go. They focus on your comfort. Their goal is to provide the communities of Western Cuyahoga and Lorain County with the best resolution and a complete repair on our first visit. We have a few more sponsors, but we'll leave that for later. As you see that Medina logo zoomed in there. It is the end of the third quarter, 44-10 in favor of the Battling Bees. We'll be back here in a moment. Run some type of rule out here if they're going to pass it, but there is an overhang on the right. They need to be careful.
Brock Sandich, the keeper, up the middle, keeps the legs churning, and he fought for that football. It was nearly ripped out of his hands by the edge rusher there. That was defensive end number 53, Rodney Harris, who nearly ripped that out of the arms of Brock Sandich, and Brock Sandich said, nope, give me that, I'm holding on to this, and reaches that arm towards the plane, broke it, and that's a touchdown and now a lead for the Blue Devils.
Woo, I got chills here. Cool. This is a huge crowd here for Brunswick here tonight. Inrock Sandich gave them something to cheer for. Going in, a lot of people doubted Brunswick. It's an early lead. They have to stay consistent. Anytime this Cleveland Heights team has their talented players, their smart players on the field, they have a chance to win the game. They need to be a little bit more. The adrenaline stops you. They need to get back up to that pace here.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. Davis bouncing it to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched, and just like that. 4 plays, 4 runs, all carries for Marquise Davis, a guy who ran for 333 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. Did not have a big first half. It was quiet, and he shows up on the first drive right when the Tigers need him, 10-6.
You know, he gets that edge. There's no one that can catch him. There needs to be someone right in front of him if they want any hopes of stopping Marquise Davis. He has that.
If you're Cleveland Heights, you can use Brunswick's game against them. Still 8 minutes to go, but continue to run the ball, run the clock, and you have an opportunity for a fresh set of downs before making it into the end zone.
Davis slipping through a couple tacklers, keeps the legs churning. Nobody could bring him down. Was touched back around the 8-yard line and just kept dragging defenders. And that's why he's the type of running back prospect we've been. Happened to the green wave on the other end. Here an option. This one going to be a pitch to the outside. Got a block and going to step into the end zone right around the corner. Nice blocking there by the wide receiver, setting that edge and giving some room for number 30, Andre Jenkins, the sophomore, to make his way into the end zone untouched. And also credit to Elijah Gray on that pitch, well timed on the driving once again, looking to get their first win of the season and break that 9-game win streak for Holy Name dating back to 2013. But right now, Holy Name, they need to get a stop here. I know it's early in this game, but things are trending the way of Normandy. And a lot of it's because of Elijah Gray, the quarterback, trying to make a man miss an open field. He does. Past the 15-yard line, slips past the tackler, cuts inside, and he's going to barrel his way into the end zone. I'll tell you what's more slippery than that football tonight, and that is the quarterback, Elijah Gray. Nobody can bring that man down.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is one of the most exciting runners of a quarterback that I've seen.
And a reminder that this trip to the red zone has been brought to you by Kelly McLean Achievement Center. Visit kelly-mac.com to learn more. 2nd and 2 from the 5. Have to get to the 3-yard line to pick up the first down. Rodriguez on the carry. Looks like he's going to get close and just enough to move the chains down at the 2. 1st and goal.
That's nice having that first down marker right there. Now you have 4 golden chances at the 2-yard line to punch one in.
But don't forget, Dom, this is the second time it's happened just like this. They got a fresh set of downs on the 2-yard line earlier in this game. Didn't quite turn out. Got to shake off the cobwebs.
Still running out of the same set from the last 2 plays. They're going to go back to the well with Rodriguez again. And Rodriguez is into the end zone. Touchdown, Holy Name. And this crowd has come back to life after being quiet in the latter stages of the first half. 14-6.
We are back here in Medina. So far, it's been a routing of Euclid, 44-10. Euclid still trying to find their pace. This is a team that only has 5 girls doing their best. So, Marshawn, what is your takeaway so far on how Medina has gone up to this lead?
Obviously, Medina's using his size, which is causing the second chance opportunities with offensive rebounds. And they're just taking advantage of, you know, the basketball IQ, which is being displayed with Euclid not changing anything up. You're going 4 out on the offense or you're going 5 out, and it's just very basic offense for the Bees to understand. They're just taking turnover after turnover after turnover and turning it and making good plays off of it. It's a good second quarter by the Bees.
Another cross-court pass for Euclid.
I just want to add something real quick, too. Similar to high school football, high school basketball does have a running clock as well. As soon as that lead gets to 35 points, that clock starts to run. Is there another nice basket by Joy Washington?
They heard you. They heard you, Marvel.
They did. I was just going to say, if Euclid wants this game, you know, to give them the many opportunities that they can get, they got to keep making shots so the clock doesn't run, because the clock won't stop until the lead gets below 30.
Euclid just trying to make this game a little bit more competitive. Washington, nice little finish. They just need to keep feeding her the ball and see if she can stay hot.
Absolutely. Just give Washington the ball and get out of her way. Oh, my God. Oh.
And Medina trying to finish there in the second chance opportunity. Not able to.
Addie Shook had a nice Euro step that would have been on an ESPN highlight had she made the layup.
And she is impressive. Nice pass to the low block. Nice finish there on the low block. Number 22, Molly Gilbert. Nice finish there by Gilbert.
If I'm not mistaken and my eyes aren't deceiving me, that might have been her 500 point of the season or of her career, because everybody went crazy. So shout out to her on whatever that was.
It's 500 points. So I didn't know we celebrated those.
We celebrate everything.
Do we?
Yes.
Well, no. I mean, I never scored. I scored 2 points in varsity.
I scored 100 points in my high school career. I will always remember that.
I scored 2 points. So
I scored 0.
Yeah. so I mean, you know, she has done a lot better than me. I just didn't know that was the thing we celebrated. Not to literally rain on her parade. I mean, good for her. That's 498 more than me. Oh, jump stop. Could not hit the pull-up shot. Shook. Oh, had the right idea. But Gilbert decided she was going to cut to the paint, but needed to stay out there, had the open 3.
And Marshawn, you mentioned it just a second ago, the IQ that Medina plays with. The corner, I couldn't tell you who it just was that made that cut. That
Gilbert.
Cut.
That was Gilbert.
Okay, but as Shook was driving.
Mrs. 500.
Mrs. 500, yes. As Shook was driving, she drew the defense in and left that baseline wide open.
Absolutely.
So Gilbert made that cut on the baseline.
Look.
Oh, nice pass. Nice finish there by the Bees.
Here's one.
Good cut there by Abby Dress.
Here's one thing I wish Euclid did that Medina does. They get back fast on offense. They get back fast on defense. They always try to be ahead, and that's why they're ahead in this game. Euclid has never been ahead at any point. At any point. They're not racing back on offense. They're not racing back on defense. So
transition. Pass. Finish. Good finish there by the Bees. Number 12, Kinley Miller.
textbook basketball, ladies and gentlemen. Textbook basketball.
Yeah, and that's what this Medina team does, and they do it well. Again, Euclid's had moments trying to get into the paint there to Washington, not able to corral it. Almost saved it there, not able to. Need to get back on defense. Pass to the low block. Finish on the low block. Kelps with the finish for the Bees. And right now, they're running the Panthers right out of the gym.
Absolutely, man. What they're doing right now is just sticking to their guns. You know, they're not trying to shoot any threes. They're just running and gunning in transition, getting the score up. That way we can go home safe.
Yeah, no, they are. She just backed down her teammate. Obviously not intentional, but I couldn't believe what I just saw.
It's almost like that SMU player who dunked on his own teammate.
I forgot about that. Oh, nice 3 there by Abby Dress.
Abby Dress, she shot it in transition, in rhythm, in everything. That was a good look by Abby.
Once again, we appreciate you guys joining us. Early start. Hasn't been really relatively close here.
No, and we're at the point, like Marvel said, you know, they're at 43. You know, we're at the point that I know I've done a lot of games this year. I'm pretty sure you guys done a lot of games this year. When that clock get to start rolling, smiles start to get on people's faces.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. The game goes by a little bit quicker. It's not really relatively close. The Panthers are putting up a good effort. They're still trying to claw back into this. So credit to these young ladies. You always got to. Washington is. She's 11 points. She's played great here today.
She has really talent. I think.
She's a sophomore.
Yeah, I think just by watching this Euclid team, they're a young team, right? They got one senior, with 2 seniors. They got 4 sophomores on their team, and Washington is one of their sophomores. So she's got 2 years.
So mind you, you just named their entire team. They don't have a junior. They don't have a freshman. They just have the sophomores and 2 seniors. So this is a team that is capable of growing if they can add more girls to their program, get more people to sign up, continue growing as a team. Exactly. Because right now, going into next year, they only have 4 girls. They need freshmen to come in. They need girls that are juniors to be like, hey, I miss playing basketball. I want to play. This is a program that has room to grow. It could be a relatively competitive one if they can get girls to play, because you have that core 4 in these sophomores. In Washington is a player you can build around. This team could win games in the future. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is going to be a championship contending team, because I don't know that. As a nice finish to the basket once again there by the Bees. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is going to be a championship team. They're going to compete for a conference title. But this is a team that can give team fits if they continue to grow.
Absolutely.
There's 4 sophomores, man. My dad's team has 4 sophomores, and they have 6 girls on the team. I can see how they compete again a little bit different. They're not D1 or D2. They're D7 essentially. But there's room to grow here. Pass in the middle, fighting over it, now to the corner. 3. Swishes it once again. Number 22,
Gilbert.
Molly Gilbert. How do you do?
Yeah. To kind of counterpoint on that, right? So when Euclid got their new head coach this year, right, I was told there were 60 boys per day coming to try out. Just imagine if the girls could get 30 girls per day coming to try out for this team.
Exactly.
How much of a turnover that can be. If it worked for the boys, I knew it could work for the girls.
So, I don't really follow the boys basketball in the area. Mainly because we're doing all these girls' games, and we're doing hockey too. And she gets a standing ovation there after getting her I think 506 points now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But so why have so many boys come out for that boys team? For that coach?
Can I be honest with you? It's for the coach. The coach came from a winning program in Richmond Heights, right? Y'all remember what happened at Richmond Heights? They won multiple championships with guys and was getting them to Division I programs. You bring that style and that attitude over to Euclid, guys, it's not Euclid. We're coming over here to get developed by such coach, in my opinion, one of the best coaches in this area. He's not from Cleveland, he's from the Columbus area. I'm gonna tell you a quick story, right? So I was at a game with him. One time, and he told me, he said, hey, he said, that kid right there, he said, that kid won't have more than 10 points tonight. I said, what you mean? He said, look how he holds the ball. He said he holds the ball funny. He said, we're going to get into his hands every time he touches the ball just because he can't get a good grip on the ball. That kid had 4 points that game. Like, that coach over there knows basketball. And when you could get guys around him, look at him. You got, and I'm sorry, and I'm going to say this last thing. You got a former Mr. Ohio basketball on your staff. You got connections to college, you got connections to Clutch Sports. Why wouldn't you want to go to Euclid, man? That's a hot spot right there.
I think you broke that down pretty well. It's a score 62-15. We head to the 4th quarter. Let's finish up these ads, shall we, gentlemen? James McConville of Helene Kia. For over 2 decades, salesman James McConville of Helene Kia in North Olmsted or Lorraine Road has been your trusted source for all new and used vehicles. With knowledge of the car buying industry and experience you can trust, McConville makes sure the customer is satisfied, safe, and drives away in a car they can afford, but also enjoy. Visit him today at 27932 Lorraine Road in North Olmsted. I thought I was reading a phone number there for a second. B.A. Sweetie, that was an address. B.A. Sweeties. The world's most famous candy company is right here in our backyard. B.A. Sweetie is located at 6770 Brook Park Road in Cleveland, Ohio. It is a candy lover's paradise. They have every candy from your childhood. Visit them today. Dave's Golden Shear Barbershop. For over a century of great haircuts, go where the pros go cut hair. They do mostly men and boys. Stop in and experience a great haircut today. When you do, we think you'll become not just a customer, but a friend. And the action returns. We'll read one more. Tech Corp LLC. From project and product management to sales, direct application, and consulting, they are dedicated to providing our clients with the best experience and service results in the industry. Good stop there by Euclid. The clock has not started.
Yeah, the clock hasn't started, and, you know, Medina kind of waved the white flag knowing that they're going to win this game. Coach Case put her JV team in, and the JV team got an early turnover in. But the thing that I like so far about this JV team is they're keeping it up. They're keeping the ball movement around there, you know. So it's a good thing to see. I'm looking to see in this fourth quarter what Euclid starters do against this JV team. Actually, they turned the ball over right there, so that's not a good thing.
No, there are some JV girls in. There's a senior in as well. You know, Bree Cudley is in. We saw her get time earlier. So nice seeing her getting some time here, especially.
Good luck.
She made some shots earlier. Good hustle there by Euclid. This is what you want to see from this team.
Absolutely.
Again, when you score under 20 in the game, we're giving up 62 late in the game. Show me the effort. Show me that you want to be here, that you want to play and represent this community. And right now they're doing it, and they're doing it well despite the score. And you got to be proud of that if you're this Euclid team. On the wing, cross-court pass. They need to spread it out. They're all together here trying to jump the pass there.
Good pass.
Now to the short corner, or to the long corner, pardon me. Rebound there, Medina after the miss. In transition, trying to finish at the rim, and does. Nice little finish there by number 3, Allie Graysick, yeah. No.
She got in earlier.
I think it's Gaddick.
Gaddick?
Yeah, there's no R there, yeah. And she has 5 points on the day, I do believe.
Gaddick, okay. Yeah,
No,
she got
no,
in
she
earlier.
does not. She's 3 points, pardon me.
She had a
It's
free
a foul
throw
called on
earlier.
Washington.
She had a free throw
Yes,
earlier.
she did. As Washington had a free throw earlier, and now she'll be back at the line. You got to be excited for her future playing basketball. I mean, the whole point of their offense is to give her the ball there.
She's going
on
to be
the
good.
elbow.
She's going to be good.
I mean, she already is good is the thing.
And
It's just
then-
it's hard to really emphasize how good
Absolutely.
this young
but you
lady
want to know
is.
the hard part about this, man. Well, not the hard part, but you want to know the great part about this, man, in Cleveland. They got this thing in Cleveland that a lot of kids are using. It's called transfer portals, right?
Yeah.
So if she's really, really good, she'll stay at Euclid 9 times out of 10. Or they'll come a team that say, hey, why don't you come over here and let me coach
They can do that in high school?
Yeah.
I wasn't
You see
aware
it
of
all
that.
the time.
I had no idea.
You see it all the time, man. There's a big trade, not a big trade. There's a big transfer on the east side coming soon. A big transfer.
And the senior hits the 3. Cudley, she played a little bit earlier in the game, and now she hits the 3. Oh, she's smiling like a butcher's dog. You got to be happy for the young lady.
I feel bad for saying JV now, knowing that you just got 2 back-to-back buckets from 2 seniors.
Now, if it makes you feel better, I've done that multiple times in football, and then Brandon Soder, our wonderful play-by-play for football, then promptly calls me out saying that was actually a junior or senior. So then I feel like a fool. So don't you feel badly about that, because I made that mistake 900 times. Pass there to the corner. Can't finish. Oh, physical rebound. It can't go in. Tries to get it again. But many Panthers bounce the ball out of her hands. 67-17 is the score right now. We'll fix that score for you.
And I want to just go back to a little bit what we were talking about at the end of the third quarter about, how this team always got 6 or 7 players on it, most of them being underclassmen. That's kind of been, I don't want to say an epidemic, but it's kind of a common thing this year for girls basketball. Unfortunately, I mentioned I do PA announcing for Lutheran West, and there's been at least
How many
5.
y'all have over there?
We got a good turnout at Lutheran West, definitely, which is a great thing to see. But we've had 5 or 6 home games where they only had to play half, or they couldn't even play a full JV game because the other team didn't have enough players. Girls sports are rising at an all-time high, especially basketball. And you see girls flag football popping up all in high schools and everything, and even at the national level, right? As girls sports continue to grow and rise, you want to see that participation continue to rise as well.
Absolutely.
So if you're a young lady out there, or a parent that has
Can
a
I
young
piggyback
daughter,
on you for a second? fan turnout needs to be better.
I agree.
I would love to see a sold-out girls game as much as we see sold-out Friday Night Lights, as much as we see sold-out Saturday games. Like, I would love to see a sold-out Brunswick versus Medina, or even if this game. I mean, not to say that the turnout here isn't bad, but what if it could have been a little bit better?
It's a 6 o'clock game. It's a 10-win team and a 2-win team battling it out on a Wednesday. So, like, the turnout's not going to be great to begin with. I mean, the concession stand's not open right now because it's a 6 o'clock game. There's no JV game. So it's like, it's hard to really be judgmental. But last year, the past 2 years, we saw a packed Medina gym against Strongsville. So another 3 bounces off the rim. So it's hard to be upset about it as well. So we saw a packed out gym.
I get you.
When I went to Baldwin-Wallace, they had a good girls team. 3 bounces off again. Can Medina get the rebound? And there'll be a tie-up. I went to Baldwin-Wallace, and their girls team's phenomenal there at Baldwin-Wallace University. And boys team couldn't get any students. We wouldn't go to any games, right?
The boys were terrible.
They didn't play very well, right?
Okay.
They made the tournament sometimes, but not most times they didn't. My freshman year they did, and they won the conference tournament.
Okay.
But it didn't happen too often. 2 minutes here to play. Long 3 goes in.
Good three.
And cuts the lead just a tad, but not enough to make much of a difference. 67-21 with 2 minutes left here in this one. But the girls' game, we packed it out so much they had to add another bleacher to the student section. So, if these teams are in big games, big battles, people will show up. But
what's the biggest game you saw at Baldwin-Wallace?
I would say Washington with another bucket, 67-23 with 140 left. I would say the biggest game was the OAC championship, I believe, against Strong Carroll. My senior year, we stormed the court when they won it. And they were a top seed, made a little bit of run that year. I even traveled to Gettysburg to watch them in the round of 32. So that was a good one there. Euclid putting up some good shots here. That one didn't go in, but it very well could have. Tie up. They're battling for it. The ball is loose. Rebound there by the Bees. As we are just a minute away from the ending, the conclusion of this one. Yeah, I would say that's the biggest
shout out to Euclid for how they fought. You could tell. I don't care that they're 2-12, soon to be 2-13, but you could tell how much fight this team has in it and where this team could be years from now just by how they're ending this game. They could be moping, they could be putting their heads down, but they're fighting to the end, man. Shout out to Euclid, but at the end of the day, guys, there can only be one winner.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a Medina team that, has the tradition of winning. Washington, can she throw one up? And that's uncharacteristic because she hasn't missed too many.
Absolutely.
But, this is a Medina team that has a lot of culture. So
it does, man. And, to be on their longest winning streak of the season, things are starting to look up for the Lady Bees as, we're winding down here. I think, they're starting to get hot, like I said at the beginning, at the right time. I think they got Stowe, Monroe Falls. They got another one with Brunswick coming up. So, they got the right type of schedule to get them ready for what could be a remarkable run in the playoffs.
Well, Rashawn, you have any final thoughts here?
Man. Again, shout out to the Lady Bees. It was a very overall game. Everybody ate. Everybody touched the ball. If I had to give an MVP, I'm gonna go with my girl Molly Gilbert. I feel like Molly was, all over. She probably led the team in scoring. I think she had 15, touched the ball, everything. It was a great overall game today for the Lady Bees.
Brandon Marvel, any last thoughts here? Sorry I didn't get a lot of your opinions here today. We had an hour game. Honestly, that game was less than an hour because the pregame stuff started right at 6. Yeah, this is the quickest game I think we've ever had in a broadcast. So, any thoughts?
A very quick game today, but I like a lot what Marshawn was saying in the fourth quarter right there. In a game like this, when the scoreboard is this lopsided, you want to see your team continue to fight, continue to show heart, continue to show effort, and that's what Euclid did all game long, despite what the scoreboard read. Big credit to Coach Anthony Wilson over there with Euclid, getting his girls to still play hard and really fight throughout the entire game and show the heart. And I Joy Washington, I'm excited to see what her career kind of molds into as she continues to grow and continue to get better with skill. It's going to be exciting to see.
Well, we are planning on bringing Baron Cup action for Friday at 6 o'clock game. We'll let you know if that is to happen and who those teams are going to be. Hopefully tomorrow we'll know, is we'll just have the one game of the Baron Cup, and we might have another game Saturday. Who knows? We'll let you know, but we're still working on a few things. One game we do know we have is a game where, Sean, that you were supposed to join me on last week. I believe you're supposed to join me with Magnificat Menor.
Yes.
And
yes.
it was a little too cold outside, so they canceled school, canceled the game. Those two teams will face off next Friday. I believe Vince McKee will be joining me for that one.
It's going to be a good one.
That should be a good basketball game. I'm excited about that one. We appreciate Magnificat always for hosting us, and Menor, they support our broadcast. But so does Medina, so does Euclid. We appreciate these two communities. As the score is 67-23, is that it for the Keon Sports game of the week. But we have more action, hopefully coming Friday in next week as well. And then don't blink, because we'll have playoff action for you as well. As for girls, won't have any for boys. For girls, it'll be a fun month coming up as the madness for playoffs starts very shortly. Thank you for joining us